Hello viewers, this is your SSK and today we have an interesting story from Chandamama and the name of the story is A Full Friend and a Half. My dear son, it's a good thing to earn money. It's better to gain fame, but it's a far better to gain a few friends, said a nobleman once to his son while they sat for dinner. The son boasted that he had a knack for winning friends and he already had a number of them. The father said, Aren't you confusing acquaintances with friends? Friendship is very rare. How many friends do you think you have? The son replied, Well, I have at least 20 friends, if not more. The father expressed his surprise and said, You are only 20 years old and you claim to have 20 friends. I am 60, yet I can boast of only one friend and a half. The son laughed and said, Only one friend and a half? What a pity. The father said, But I am quite satisfied with my humble achievement in this regard. When I call a person my friend, I mean it. Are you equally sure of your friends? Of course, my dear father, you can try my friends in any way you like, the son replied. Father remained silent for a while and then said, All right, we will try them. Now do as I say. Put some earth and some old cloths in a sack and sprinkle red ink all over the sack. Carry it on your head and go to one of your friends. Tell him that you have killed a man and that you are being pursued by policemen. And tell him he should immediately arrange to bury the stag. He should also provide a place for you to hide. You may also warn your friend that if you were to be caught by policemen while you are in his house, then he was also likely to be hanged along with you. He should be prepared to help you in spite of the risk involved. The next day, the son went out with a sack as instructed by his father. When he got back home at night, he looked pale and sad. He confessed his father and that he had gone to all his 20 friends and one after another, but none of these so-called friends would come forward to help him in his misfortune. They had all declined to help him under the pretext or the other. Some of them said that they were prepared to do everything for him, but this. One friend asked him to meet him the next day so that he could consider the matter coolly. A few friends assured him that thought they could not do anything for him immediately, they would give him a decent burial after he had been hanged. The father affectionately patted the young man and consoled him, saying, Never mind, my boy, you are still very young and you have a long time before you to cultivate true friendship. Now, let us try my one friend and a half in the same way. Then the father gave his son the address of the gentleman whom he considered his half friend. The young man with the sack on his head went to the gentleman, introduced himself, and pretending to tremble with fear said, I carry the body of a man whom I have killed. Please hide this and hide me too. If I am caught, I shall be hanged. The gentleman immediately took the young man into his house. He buried the sack in a deep pit in his garden. His wife brought a set of new clothes and a plate full of delicious food for the young man, who spent the night there. The next day, the young man returned to his father and told him what happened. The father said we should try his affection for me still further. He visits the market every day. Tomorrow you should go to the market and pretend to be angry with him on some pretext. Then you should slap him in front of others. Let's see how he reacts to your behavior. The son did exactly as his father had said. The gentleman, when slapped, stood stunned for a moment. Then he lowered his voice and said, You have been utterly ungrateful to me. I am sorry to see the son of my dear friend behaving in this fashion. Perhaps you will repent for this afterwards. However, don't ever have any fear that I might report you to the police. I love your father too deeply to do that. The next evening, the son went to test the gentleman who his father considered his complete friend. Everything happened exactly as the father had expected it would. But while the complete friend was making arrangements to hide the sack and his friend's son inside his house, a new few policemen arrived there and wanted to arrest the young man. It had so happened that a murder had really been committed in the city that day. Nobody knew who the murderer was, but people had reported to the police of a young man with a sack moving in a suspicious manner. The gentleman first tried to persuade the policeman to go back, but when they insisted on arresting the young man, the gentleman said, "Well, the young man with a sack who is your suspect is not this man. He is inside the house. He is my son, my only son. You may go in and arrest him." The policeman arrested the gentleman's son. The friend's son returned to his father. By then he had realized what true friendship meant.